Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2018 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome any newcomers, and thank you for all your support, feedback, and comments for those of you who continue to follow my YouTube channel, and for all your likes and shares and subscribes. And also a thank you to my clients, both regular and new clients, for continuing to keep me so busy with personal readings. If any of you out there are interested in scheduling a personal reading with me, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the About button for more information and my contact info. You can also find my contact information attached to the description of every video I post. Turnaround time for personal readings is usually pretty fast because I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. I can usually get back to you within the same day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact with more information. I do readings in all the main sectors of life, including 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on which option you choose. That's always pretty popular this time of year, along with, a lot of the other readings that I do. And for those of you who are not looking for like scheduling one of the more traditional in-depth intensive readings, you're just maybe looking for a quick question or a quick answer to a quick question you may have. Maybe you have a decision you need to make really quickly, or a person, relationship, or situation you want to take just a quick look at. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and that puts you in touch with me more immediately or more quickly, assuming I'm not sleeping or otherwise occupied, of course. You can choose the one question, one answer option, or you can open it up for a little reading via text, and they also have a new video chat option as well. So for those of you who are looking to connect quickly, more quickly than scheduling a personal reading, you can hit me up on the smartphone app Instantgo. That link is also with my contact information. Turnaround time for the regular traditional personal readings can be anywhere from a few days upwards of a couple of weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time or so we can schedule a personal reading for you. Okay, let's move right into this reading. This is for the fire sign of Sagittarius for the month of February 2018. Seems like the beginning of the year is going really quickly. Make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos for additional clarification. I apologize for my voice sounding a bit froggy and squeaky. I'm at the tail end of recovering from a very bad cold bronchial thing, which has kind of run through my whole family. I'm recovered, but my voice is still kind of coming back, so excuse me for sounding a bit squeaky during the reading. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what February 2018 has in store for our Sagittarians. Okay, Sag, we begin with the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Hanging Man. We have the Hierophant, followed by the Six of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Ten of Wands. And at or towards the end of February 2018, we have the Queen of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. From the bottom of the deck, as overall guidance and advice, you actually had 2 pop out. We have the Ace of Swords, which came out first, and the World. Okay, Sagittarius, it looks like for a lot of you, I feel like you're waiting on the fulfillment of something or the culmination of something, or there's something that you're wanting to have happen or come to fruition, and it perhaps is not coming in the time that you want, in the manner and the timing that you want. But this is as is most things in life, it's divine timing and orchestration. It's meant to kind of unfold and come to its different points of attainment, of achievement in a certain time. And being a fellow human being, I can understand how sometimes when we want something quite badly, or we want something to reach a certain point quite strongly, it can be difficult when it doesn't happen in the time frame and the manner in which we want, because I think that's kind of what February looks to be centered around. I actually see a very positive outcome for you as long as you remain kind of patient and stable and balanced, and not try and rush ahead and force things to happen or force them to happen more quickly. And I say that because you have cards that represent completion and fruition and achievement of something, but I'm feeling like for for a lot of you watching this video, it's not a complete, like the fulfillment or achievement of whatever this is does not imply an ending of something, or perhaps an ending of the way it's been up until now, but an achievement. Kind of like if it's a relationship issue, I feel like you're wanting it to go to that next level. There's kind of a goal or a desire that you have for it to go to, and it's not like once you reach that the relationship ends, you know, like moving in together or getting engaged or getting in married, but it represents the end of the relationship as it was, or a transition, a change of the relationship as it was, and then it moves into something different, something deeper. If this is a work, career, job situation, or even a project or an endeavor of some kind for some of you, you know, again, this is a general reading. There's lots of you watching. For some of you, this may be resonating for you in the love relationship arena. And for relationship, it could also be perhaps not love and romance, but another kind of connected relationship. For some of you, it might be in job, work, career, or a project or endeavor with someone else or a group of other people. However, the details and specifics vary. The energy remains the same. There's a sense of wanting something to come to a culmination point or an achievement point, which represents a sense of safety and solidity and security for you. But it's not moving as quickly as you would like in the manner that you would like, which almost kind of sums up your whole reading for February. It's a lovely reading. There's just a sense of, you know, kind of waiting and needing to be patient, balanced while things kind of play out and work themselves out in the way that Source, Divine, your God, Spirit, your energies and guides, that it's meant to work out. And forcing it can sometimes either delay it longer or cause an obstacle that you don't want to be there. We start with the beginning of February, although I am recording these at the end of January. God, my voice is more raspy today than it was yesterday. We start with the Ten of Pentacles and the Hanging Man. So the Ten of Pentacles in the Tarot is a card that's traditionally associated with inheritance. So, you know, what you're waiting for too could be, you know, like the settlement of an estate, or waiting for something to be transferred to you as well in a very concrete material way. This is going to resonate differently for a lot of you. Some of you, it's because I'm getting like it's going to be relationship for some of you. It could be literal inheritance or estate division for some of you, and others it could be job, work, career, or project. The Ten of Pentacles is traditionally the inheritance card. That's the energy. So what does inheritance really mean? Well, inheritance is something that you get that's been built up to. It's about the long, slow accumulation of things. Like if you receive an inheritance, it's something that, you know, was created and built and added on to perhaps by your parents and your grandparents, etc., etc. So it's about the long, slow accumulation of something that has a lot of abundance, but it represents security, solidity, stability. There's a connection of, you know, home and family here, family money, family business, family estate, or something which has roots. And when you have it, not only is it abundant just on its surface, but it has roots, it's stable, it makes you feel secure and solid. I mean, in relationships, this would be something like a good, long-term, healthy marriage or relationship of some kind, you know. In work and finance, it could represent, you know, retirement or a job that you've worked along, you know, a long time at, so you've built up a lot of security for yourself. Now, it's accompanied by the Hanging Man, which can represent stasis, feeling like you're in stasis or limbo, or like there's no movement. The advice that's almost always associated with the Hanging Man is to not engage in conflict, not try to jump in and make things happen the way you want them to, or differently, or you know, or more quickly. It's about being at peace with things, the situation being the way it is, and not actively interfering or involving yourself. If you pulled this card in, you know, that if you were in the middle of conflict with other people and you pull this card, it's about, you know, the advice would be, this is an example, the advice would be about kind of taking a step back, withdrawing, not getting involved in it, and watching things play out, letting things play out, not charging in and trying to kind of control and change and shift things around. So there's something that you're wanting to come to. You want something to go to the next level, a deeper level of commitment, something that gives you more. You want something. You're focused on something in your life, someone or relationship or a job, getting to a point where you feel more secure and established with it. But it may feel like for some of you like it's taking its time. It's not happening in the manner that you want or in the timing that you want. But it is happening. There is movement happening. We have the Hierophant and the Six of Wands next. So the Hierophant is right next to the Ten of Pentacles. And you can connect this energy with that long, slow accumulation too, because the Hierophant is about convention, tradition, walking the prescribed path, doing what everybody else is doing, taking things to the next expected level. It can represent organized religions, businesses, institutions, things moving in a certain way, in a certain order, which again has time. You cannot rush large corporations and businesses and institutions. They have their own way of doing things, their own time, their own method, their own structure. It flows in a certain way. Now, it's accompanied, clarified by the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory and triumph, significant victory and triumph, typically after a struggle or a long period of challenge or effort or work as well. It can also represent public recognition. So some of you, again, relationships, wanting it to go to that next level, waiting for it to go to that next level of commitment, engagement, marriage, moving in with each other, perhaps being exclusive, depending on where you are within your relationship. It could be if you're in an already established relationship, what would the next level be for the two of you? You know, making plans for the future. Again, I feel like there's positive movement, but there's a sense of timing here that, you know, you cannot rush, you cannot change how it's supposed to play out and the timing in which it's supposed to play out. It's moving, and the implication is that the movement is forward and it's positive, but it's kind of this slow kind of movement. Even if it seems like nothing's happening on the surface, it is. And next to that, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands. So the Three of Pentacles is a card that speaks of, like these other cards, it's a card like the other threes in the tarot deck. It can speak of reaching a point of initial achievement or initial completion on something, working on a project, which involves other people too. It's not a solo energy. Taking pride in what you're building, taking pride in what you're accomplishing. It's initial achievement, meaning that maybe there's a big project, a long-term project. To use a relationship as an example, you're in a relationship with someone and you've gotten to, maybe you decided to be exclusive if you're dating, or you know, you've decided to, you know, get engaged, or you're talking about that. So there's this sort of initial goal that's passed. There's still a whole long plan, you know. It's kind of like building a home or a big building. So this is about successfully laying the foundations, or reaching a certain point in it where there's a certain completion energy and you're moving on to the next level of it. And it's a card that speaks of doing this with another person, in partnership, or with other people, because it's about working on something with someone else or with other people to achieve a common purpose or for a common cause. And working with other people means compromise, negotiation. It takes time. It's not just you. So compromise, negotiation, working things out in order to continue with the success of a project. In the upright position which it's in, Sagittarius, it's a card that implies encouragement towards your ultimate goal. But compromise, negotiate, be patient, be balanced. The Three of Pentacles is paired with the Ten of Wands, so we have another 10 here. 10's representing cycles ending, coming to a completion, achievement point, perhaps transitioning into something else. The Ten of Wands is about a burden coming to an end, needing to lay down a burden, or a cycle coming to an end where you can lay the weight of something down and stand up and take a deep breath. So and I feel like for a lot of you, whatever this is, because again, sometimes it's very clear and sometimes it's not. I'm getting kind of an even balancing out of energy, meaning that I think that for some of you watching, like some of you it's in the relationship area of your life, some of you it may be in job, work, and career, some of you it's in a project that you're working on with another person or with a group of people. But I feel like regardless of what area of your life it's in, this is something you've been investing in for quite some time. You've been working at for quite some time. You've been putting a lot into, and you have goalposts along the way, and you've been reaching those goalposts. And there's always, you know, setbacks and challenges to everything in life, but you've been making steadily this progress. And it may just be that you're at one of those points where you're like, oh, I'm tired. I want this to be settled. I want this to be finished, or I want at least everybody to be on the same page and to know this is the ultimate goal and everybody's agreeing this is the ultimate goal. And, you know, it's moving along, but I'm tired. I want it to get there. It just feels like kind of one of those months where there's this undercurrent of, can we just reach that? Because what reaching that would represent to you is solidity, security, stability, not having to worry about it or think about it so much. Is this going to be, or are we on the same page, or does everybody want the same thing, wanting that to come to an end, but needing to be patient and balanced, and kind of take a step back and remind yourself if it feels like there's no progress right now, or maybe it's a relationship and you had a squabble or something like that, or there's been a problem in a project or something, or a delay. Take a step back and look at the overall picture before you go charging in and go, this isn't working, and why? And take a look and realize that there has been progress the whole way along, slow, steady progress, and it does have a positive outcome, but again, it's about being patient and balanced, kind of staying in harmony here. So at or towards the end of February 2018, Sag, we have the Queen of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Lovely, balanced energy here at the end of the month. Queen of Cups. Cups is that water energy. So the Queen of Cups would be, you know, somebody who's attained a place of real personal growth, because kings and queens represent people who have kind of matured and grown up and evolved beyond the page energy, which we all start out at, and the knight energy. Cups in the tarot is water. It's about emotions, feelings, relationships. So this is somebody who has reached a real balanced place in her or his life of, you know, emotional stability, contentment, an emotional, nurturing person whose focus is on feelings and home and family and caretaking and all of that, you know, a very feminine, maternal energy. It's also a card about, you know, being in touch with your feelings and being in tune and balanced with your feelings, and feeling kind of fulfilled and content in your emotional life, in your home and family life as well. It's also a card, I mean, this represents a person who's reached a lot of personal growth in the emotional part of his or her life, which requires, you know, when you think about the road leading up to that, it could be challenging. It's about dealing with, you know, learning how to deal with setbacks, delays, things like that. So you've reached a point of maturity and emotional evolvement where you understand that, yes, this too shall pass. Things are always moving, even if we can't see the movement. And it's also about getting in touch with your feelings and your sense of spirituality, because the Queen of Cups is a deeply spiritual, intuitive sort of person. So at the end of the month, it's about being in this lovely, emotionally balanced, patient, even if things haven't reached their achievement by the end of the month, although I think there's positive progress here. I feel like something's happened, or maybe more in the last half of the month. If it's a relationship, well, I feel like this is a relationship no matter what area of your life it's in. If it's work and career, it's with somebody else, or a project, you're working with someone else or other people. Could be in love and romance as well, your partner that way. I feel like there's maybe more communication and a sense of working together more in harmony, and maybe feeling like you're more on the same page in the last half of the month. So perhaps there's, you know, more communication, more conversation about this, and getting that sense of reassurance and stability that you need, because in the first half of February it may feel like, you know, things aren't moving and I don't know what's going on, and feeling maybe not as secure as you would like to feel. But it looks like there's more movement or more communication, more of that teamwork, working together kind of energy, and then the end of the month you're feeling much more emotionally stable and balanced and secure, because that Queen of Cups is also paired with the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of, it's the tit for tat card, a card of evenness, equality, mutual love, mutual respect, mutual attraction. It's about even giving and receiving. It could be that you're on the giving end, or it could be that you're on the receiving end of something, whether it's love or money or finances or resources. But it's about having a healthy, balanced relationship with whatever this is referring to in your life, Sagittarius. If it's about work, career, money, the Six of Pentacles is about having a healthy relationship with money, being wise about your money, being smart about that, being balanced, paying your bills, spending money, but always putting some away too. You know, in relationships, it's that even, it's a healthy relationship. It's the energy is healthy and balanced. So at the end of the month, it feels like you're in this energy, and it's really quite, it just feels very kind of serene, balanced, healthy, harmonious, and lovely. Again, the cautionary advice running through the bulk of this reading is, particularly in the first half, maybe the end of January, first half of February, maybe you're feeling like things are just kind of slogging along, or they're so slow, or they've stopped. It hasn't. Just be patient. Do not go charging in and trying to fix things or hurry things along or push people or change things. It's unfolding at the rate and in the manner and in the timing that it's meant to. There's nothing you can do about that. So just kind of go with it, Sagittarius. And your overall energy and advice, you know, for February, the overall energy for February, you had two cards that came out. The Ace of Swords and the World. And actually, I pull the overall energy from the bottom of the deck. The other cards come from the top. And when I first pulled it, they both came out together, and I put them back in and pulled the Ace of Swords again, and the World popped out behind it. So you're meant to have both of them. The Ace of Swords is seeing things with a fresh, new perspective, because aces represent the number one. So they always represent being at the beginning, the start of a new path or a new opportunity. Swords is air energy, and in the tarot, the energy of this suit is mental, cerebral, psychological. It's internal. It's about the way we look at things, how we think, our perspectives and belief systems, how that affects the way that we communicate and relate, communicate with the world and people in the world. So this is a new way of looking at something, a fresh perspective, your aha moment, epiphany, the light bulb going off on your head, seeing something for the truth, reality, clarity of what it is. And it's paired with the World, which is a card of major completion, achievement, finally reaching the top of that mountain. It's the last card in the tarot. We begin with the tarot. The first card is the Fool, who has the 0 at the top, and everything in between is about the Fool's journey through life and all the lessons learned, growth, maturity, evolution, our journey through life. And the last card in the tarot is the World, where we end up at the top of the world, true fulfillment, achievement, attainment. And that theme is through your reading for the month of February 2018, Sagittarius. There's definitely something that you have a big vision for, a long-term goal for, regardless of what area of your life it's on. It's moving along. It's reached its milestones. I feel like you just may be in one of those phases, temporary, where it may feel like there's no movement or things are moving slowly. You're not reaching the goalposts at the rate that you want to, in the manner that you want to. But there is movement. Just be patient. It looks like there may be an opportunity around the middle of the month or so for, you know, it feels like maybe that comes to an end, or there's some maybe communication, conversation I'm getting with whoever else is involved, or the other people involved, or your partner if it's relationship. And you do get more of a sense of security and safety and stability. And yes, everybody's still on the same page. Everybody's still working towards the same thing. And you end the month feeling that sense of contentment and satisfaction, and, you know, knowing that everybody's still working towards that same long-term goal. So you may be trying to come up with ways during the month, particularly in the first half of the month, to try and get it to move there quickly, more quickly, or maybe trying to come up with some ideas or schemes or something. Don't. It has its own way of, it's going to unfold the way that it needs to, and you're trying to get in there and orchestrate things. I feel like in this, whatever this situation is, it's kind of above your pay grade. This is divine timing and orchestration at play here, so let it be. And take a step back too, and look at it overall, and acknowledge the progress and the goals and the positive things that have happened. It will make the waiting period, or that slow period, easier to deal with, because you're acknowledging the positive aspects instead of focusing just on what hasn't occurred yet or what hasn't happened yet. So a good month overall, a month of growth, and I think the last half will probably be a little bit easier than the first half. You certainly end it in a much more peaceful, stable place. So Sagittarius, that pretty much wraps up your excuse me, February 2018 general reading. I'll see you in a few weeks for the February 2018 mid-month readings. Again, if any of you are interested in scheduling a personal reading with me, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on that About button for more information and my contact details. You'll also find my contact info on the description of all my videos. You can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you, and we'll set up a personal reading for you within a couple of weeks. And if you just want a quick answer to a quick question or two to connect with more quickly, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Iris Gypsy, and that link is also with the rest of my contact info. So take care, Sagittarius. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. I will see you all again soon, and until I do, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life, and I hope you come back again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.